Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming to you guys with a kind of impromptu Thirsty Thursday. I really wasn't sure what kind of subject I was going to touch base on today, so I'm going to kind of just lump a couple of questions and topics that people had suggested that I talk about in this specific video. So it is Thirsty Thursday, and my drink of choice for today is my... Did you guys just see that? I just made a mess. Hold on, I have to go clean it up. So, word to the wise, put the cover back onto your drink before you start to shake it. But anyway, I am drinking my protein green smoothie drink today. It's got kale, banana, blueberry, strawberry, my chocolate protein powder, and coconut milk with coconut water. And I spilled everything on the inside. What a mess. I'm such a mess. But if possible, I always like to do my Thirsty Thursday either in the car or in my normal setup. And it is kind of windy slash gloomy today here. The sun is out, but the sky just has a weird haze, like not fog, but like the storm just passed or it's going to storm. So I didn't feel like setting up all of my lights where I normally film, and decided to just use my two clip-on lights in the area. But anyway, I have a few topics that I'm going to touch base on today. You guys know that, like anything on this channel, I either keep it real or this is what you see is what you get. So I'm looking a little bit normal self today, just so you know. But anyway, so the first topic I'm going to touch base on came from my friend Beth. She asked if I could kind of explain like my cleaning schedule. And honestly, there's 5 of us in my family. My eldest son plays sports. The twins are constantly getting dirty. My husband works every day. I think I'm the only person that doesn't go through a lot of clothes through the week. Just my normal everyday. I'm not dressing up or anything like that. So, because I work from home, and keeping on top of some of those things, I really do need a schedule to be able to get it done. So, for example, an average day, so say like today, Thursday, I get up in the morning between 5 and 5:30. My husband gets ready for work. I'll start making our morning shakes and start getting the twins up and my eldest up to get ready for school. So that's kind of routine. At 6:30, my husband and my son leave. My husband drops my eldest son off at his bus, and my husband heads off to work. I take the twins to school at 7 o'clock. They go to school, eat breakfast, everything over there. So I don't cook them breakfast in the morning. They eat breakfast at school. I come home, I work on my blog. I do my blog and YouTube things while the kids are at school. If you have been watching my videos for a long time, you probably can tell that the twins are no longer home with me, because they were always loud, they were always running around. You could literally hear them in the background of all of my videos. So now that they are in school, I take that opportunity while they're in school to focus on my home business, which basically is blogging and to some extent YouTube. I do YouTube a lot of times for fun, but I do make money off of it, and sometimes I do get sponsored things. So it is part of my job, though I do enjoy YouTube as a hobby as well, and that's why I keep up with it too. But I do my best to post on my blog Monday through Friday. Once that's out of the way, and it's usually done about 10:30, 11 o'clock, I start going ahead and working on my everyday mommy duties. So I'll go around the house. The twins have this thing about taking off their clothes before they head to school, and it doesn't quite make it to the laundry basket. So I'll just go around, kind of straighten up their room somewhat, straighten up my room. I will usually gather the things that I'm going to do for dinner that night. So last night I made my homemade macadamia nut pesto. I have a video coming up for that soon. And I gather all the things that I need to see if I have to go to the market and buy anything additional to create what I need. Or if I had planned for the week worth of meals, I either make plans to go to Costco to do shopping in bulk for the week, or Target, or wherever I need to actually get that shopping done. And I try to do the shopping when the boys are in school, if at all possible. So I get that kind of stuff done, and sometimes I will sit down and just have a minute to myself where I can turn on and watch some reruns of Criminal Minds or something along those lines. I know Empire and Orange is the New Black is coming on soon again, the new season. So sometimes I'll put on Dragon Box and do that while I'm working on some social media posts to drive traffic, or I am planning out for dinner. I leave to pick up the twins for school at about 1:30 in the afternoon, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesdays, they finish school at 12:30 instead of 2, so 12 o'clock I leave the house and I hang out at the parking lot at their school. It may seem a bit cumbersome, but I take my planners with me. It allows me to plan out the next couple of days, write my to-do list, things that I didn't get a chance to do while I was at home, answer emails and so forth. But it allows me to actually park at the school without waiting in the traffic for them, which makes it safer that I'm walking them from the school to the parking lot and getting them into the car versus doing curb pull-up service, and it's not very easy. I come home, I help them with their homework, read them a few books, I spend time with the boys. My eldest gets home at about 3 o'clock because he catches the bus, and he gets home, does his homework, does his chores, and that's when dinner starts. My husband gets home about 4:30 in the afternoon, and by that time I had already started cooking dinner, or I'm almost done. So I usually will wash the dishes from that day if there are any, clean up the kitchen, and work on dinner. That is like my Monday through Friday kind of deal. After dinner's done, we either eat some form of dessert, or we hang out, watch a little bit of TV sometimes, read a book sometimes, talk story. My husband and I use that time to kind of catch up on our days, and then the boys will eat their dessert and we're off. Well, the boys are off to bed by 8:30 because our day is so early. My husband and I usually will head to bed, either watch some TV, or we just lay in bed and kind of talk story with each other. Again, get caught up on the day, talk about what needs to be done. And before you know it, it's 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock, and we are heading to bed to start our day all over again. Throughout the week, I usually do laundry 2 to 3 times a week. And that's within the time when the boys are at school, or my eldest will come home and do laundry for me. It's part of his chores. He has to use a uniform to school, so he has to get that done. He helps me take out the trash. If I don't do it, he kind of picks up the slack on some of those things. But like I said, 2 to 3 times throughout the weekdays, we do laundry because there's so many of us. And then, let's see here. And then Saturday or Sunday, we will not only do family laundry again, but also my husband's work clothes get washed within those 2 days as well. I do a thorough cleaning kitchen and bathroom, as well as the bedrooms on the weekends usually, and we will choose a day. So if we go out on a Saturday, then we will do that on a Sunday and vice versa. And that is when I completely mop, wipe down, Clorox, Lysol, all of those stuff in the areas. We vacuum the house completely, and we usually spot vacuum. I sweep every day. All the counters are always wiped down consistently, but usually it's our major cleaning that's done on the weekend. One day a weekend, and the other day is for time spent. If we decide that we're going to do 2 days of time spent with each other, then we make sure to split it up. So one day I might just clean the kitchen, and then on a Sunday just clean the bathroom and the rest of the rooms, whichever works. But that's how we kind of do that, and that took up 11 minutes of my time. But that's kind of my cleaning schedule for the most part. One other subject I wanted to touch base on, since I have a little bit more time, is breastfeeding in public. That I have gotten like 4 or 5 emails asking for me to touch base on that, because I am a mom, and what my opinion is on that. When I had my eldest son, I did breastfeed in public, but I was not necessarily ashamed, very shy. And that's not my nature. I'm not a shy person at all. Subscribers who have met me in person literally are amazed at the person they meet and the person they watch on YouTube, because they are the same type of person. I am outgoing and smile and talkative. I will treat you just like you're my friend. So I was shy though when I had my eldest, and breastfeeding in public was a difficult challenge for me. And so much so that I was told by many people while I was breastfeeding, it wasn't as popular as it is now to breastfeed in public back then. But when you have a crying baby, you have to feed your child. Like, when you're hungry, you go and get something to eat. And I have been said that I am trashy because I breastfeed in public. And the thing is if you guys know anything about me, you know that I'm kind of well endowed in that upper area. So it is very difficult to conceal my woman, ladies, okay? It's not an easy thing to do. They're big, they are there, and even with a nursing blanket or a nursing cover up or something along those lines, there is always that possibility where you can see extra cleavage, or you can see the child's head there and part of my boob. I mean, it just is. And like I said, when I had my eldest, it was hard. I've had guys, like, I wouldn't even think that men would think that way, and they'd be like, you need to cover up, you're in public. I'm like, wait, I am covered everywhere. All you can see is just a tiny little bit of skin and my son. But it didn't make a difference. And like I said, I've been called trashy by women because I have breastfed in public, and it was hard. So there was a lot of emotional ties to that whole thing, and I think that's why with my eldest I kind of stopped producing milk a lot earlier than I would have It was just a really uncomfortable situation for me, and he was my firstborn, so I wasn't sure how to go about that. When I talked to my mom about it, she really wasn't sure how to tell me either, because she came from a time when breastfeeding was normal. And I can't say that it is not normal now, but now people say, you know, formula milk is just as good as breast milk, which a lot of times, yes, I can say nowadays they are making baby milk formula so much better. And as a mother who went through postpartum twice, very, very bad postpartum. In fact, I'm still reaping the negative effects of postpartum depression now. It's a lot to handle, and it's a lot to deal with, and you're telling a mother that is already emotional, already feeling somewhat insecure about herself, lacking the sleep, lacking that feeling great because she ain't sleeping and she's dealing with this depression. You're telling her that what she's told by the doctor or what she's told by her ancestors or whatever is right is wrong. Basically, I'm not sure if you guys catch what I'm saying. So it was hard when I had my eldest. After he was born and after I went through all of that, I remember telling my husband, I don't know if I can do this breastfeeding thing again. It it stressed me out to the point where my milk just kind of stopped producing after a while, and it was hard. It was hard. And more so, I think any woman has a target on their back when they're breastfeeding in public. But when you are well endowed or large breasted, as I am, you're kind of really literally a target because people can see you. Even if you're covered up, they're like, oh, she's going to be hanging out kind of attitude you get. So when I had my twins, those of you that have been following me a while or you read my blog, you know that my pregnancy with the twins was just as hard as the one with my eldest, but even worse. In fact, my eldest, when I was pregnant with him, it was so difficult on me that I had to stop doing YouTube videos. And that was literally about 8 months worth of YouTube I stopped because I was just horrendously sick. When I, oh wait, that was the twins. Wait, backtrack. So when I was pregnant with the twins, I was really, really sick. I mean, so sick that I literally lost 68 pounds. And the doctors were monitoring me already because I was pregnant with twins, but I was sick. I couldn't hold anything down, smell anything until the day I gave birth. I had a hard time to eat. So I really, really wanted to make sure that the babies had gotten all the nutrition that they needed. And I am very pro breastfeed. My mom had to use formula for a lot of us because she had a hard time with breastfeeding. Some women can, some women cannot. It's not that my mom didn't want to, it's that it was a struggle for her. And she also was a working mom. So I wanted to make sure to breastfeed. Now, when you have twins, one will not wait for the other to finish eating. So I did co-feeding a lot. I breastfed both of them a lot. I was used to the football hold, which is basically holding them on one side, but instead of just holding one side of, I'm trying to like show you holding one side onto one, I had literally had one baby in each hand, each arm, each breast. And that's how I did it until I was starting to go out in public, and I started realizing that even if I'm pumping, that's the thing too, is that there is no nipple out there. Now the twins are 6, so maybe things have changed, but there is technically no nipple out there that really will be exactly like mama's nipples. So you don't want to lose that touch and that comfort that you have with your child. He's gonna start barking now because they're used to another nipple that feeds them faster. So I breastfed wherever I could, and it got to the point again where the postpartum kicked in and I literally stopped producing milk. Even with pumping, my Medela electric pump only worked for a little while. Let me take care of him. So even if I had a really good breast pump, heavy duty, eventually because of the postpartum depression, because of everything that I was going through, I just stopped producing milk. And it was hard, but even harder when you are trying to be a good mom, to take care of your kids, do what's right, feed them the nutrients and everything that they need, and people bash on you for that. And I've been hearing a lot of, you know, stories where people are like, well, I should be allowed to breastfeed in public. Yes, you should. I always kept covered to the best of my ability. Because it was a form of me protecting myself as well as my children. And in this day and age now, there's a camera on everybody nowadays, really good quality cameras. So it can be where people are literally exploiting you for what you're doing. So I always kept covered up to the best of my ability. You know, people say that it is the woman thing to do when it comes to breastfeeding, and I just think that it is any child's right and any mother's right to be able to breastfeed, whether behind closed doors or in public. We obviously need to take into consideration that, you know, other people's feelings around us. It does make some people feel uncomfortable. So I suggest, as a mother to other mothers, if you can cover up, cover up. But I think it's shameful when people are downing on a mother for trying to feed her child. If you don't have to go to the bathroom to eat your lunch, why would you make a child do that? Why does a mother have to go to a family room or to a bathroom or anything of the sort to get away out of public's eyes when you can sit there and scarf your face without any issue? I don't think that it is trashy. It is a natural thing to do. I'm going to just throw this out there as I end this video. Whether or not the selfie that Kim Kardashian posted a few days ago on Women's Day is from a year ago or not, because she had blonde hair in that selfie, so I believe that was last year's blonde hair. If she can post something like that and most of her body is showing, a woman should be able to breastfeed in public when only, I mean, their nipples either covered up or their child is holding it, along those lines. Now, Kim stated, and don't get me wrong, I actually follow the Kardashians. They're hustlers, so they're building their empire. It's really cool to see them grow where they're going. So I love checking out and seeing their business sense. They are business women, who make stupid choices when you're in public view. Anybody does. But if she can post something like that to make herself feel empowered and her body feel, I mean, she's proud of her body and it's International Women's Day, then we should be able to post booby pictures because we're breastfeeding moms. I'm just saying that is my opinion. I'm not trashing or bashing on Kim Kardashian at all. I'm just saying the mentality is there where I watch shows on TV and things are flashing readily available and I have to flip through the channels really quick because my sons see that. But then, and they know, they're like, oh no, they'll cover their eyes. But if we walk or run into someone that is feeding their child, the first thing out of my boys' mouths are, oh, mommy, what's she doing? So I tell them she's feeding her baby. Oh, and they'll tell me, just like you fed us? I was like, yeah, just like I did. And they'll say, oh, the baby must be hungry. You know, like, people need that slight innocence in the world when we are doing nothing wrong. but feeding our child, giving them the nourishment they need. You can try pumping and everything like that. And what people fail to realize is that if you can breastfeed, take advantage of that, because I wasn't able to breastfeed as long as I wanted to. I couldn't. I was stripped of that kind of woman sense because of my depression, because of other things. My milk just stopped producing. So did I want to breastfeed longer than I did the boys? Yeah, I think I got Luke and Isaiah were 8 months when I finally stopped. I would have loved to have taken them to a year if at all possible. And my oldest was 5 or 6 months old when I had no choice to stop because my milk just stopped. It's not like I stopped. I mean, I even tried pumping and it just didn't come out anymore. So it's not my fault. And I would love to do that. Give the women an opportunity and a chance to be able to be the mother they want to be. Feed their child, give them the nourishment they need. I'm so tired of hearing about how these women who breastfeed are closet feeders. And what I mean by that is they literally have to go to their car or go away. And it takes so much as a mother out of your day to be able to do whatever it is you need to do. When you're out running errands and you have a little person with you, I mean, when you have a toddler or even the 6-year-olds, the twins are 6, it is a challenge to go shopping or run errands in any form of way. When you have a baby that needs to eat and nurse all the time, I would feed the boys before I left the house. I live 20 minutes to 30 minutes away from downtown where everything is. So if I had to go shopping in town, by the time I got to where the location, the boys were probably hungry again. So I would have to feed them again. Before you know it, you're in the store for an hour or so and you need to feed the child again. So you have to accommodate. What are you going to do? Stop when you have a full basket of groceries, a full buggy of groceries? You're going to stop and go outside to feed your child while your milk and your frozen goods are sitting in there and your child is screaming because they're hungry, because that's what babies do. What are you going to do? You're going to stop and spend that 5 minutes to feed your child. If you have a bottle, you'll give the baby the bottle. If you don't have a bottle and the pacifier don't work or whatever choice you decide for your child, you're going to feed your child. And that's what people need to understand. If a bottled baby can eat whenever the hell the bottled baby wants to eat, a breastfed baby should be able to eat that much as well too. Again, I use this concept. We as women need to be able to empower ourselves. National Women's Day or International Women's Day, whatever, international, national, such a big deal. Women empowering other women to be better women, to support one another. And then here we go, and Kim Kardashian posts a selfie, like I said, old or not, and it causes all of this hoopla and all of this drama. She put it out there because it made her feel comfortable. While as a mother, it makes me feel good and it empowers me to know that I can feed my child the nutrients that they need to grow. So just some food of thought on this Thursday. This video is almost 30 minutes long. I am sorry about that, you guys. Beth, I hope my cleaning routine helped you somewhat. That's really what I do. I mean, I could take you guys through the ropes of my cleaning, but it's boring as shit. I don't like to watch anything cleaning, and I certainly don't like to do it if I can. But my tip for cleaning anybody's house, no matter the size, no matter the whatever, is make sure you do a little bit of it every day so that you don't have a ton to do at the end of the week when you can devote the time. So even if I only spend 10 to 15 minutes a day straightening up and cleaning up, that's 10 to 15 minutes out of having to do that later on in the week when everything's built up. So little by little helps to really make a difference. especially when you're busy. People think I sit on my ass all day at home and play on a computer, but it is busy. I research, I try out products, I'm photographing. It's a full-time job that I have to shove into part-time hours. So, and I don't like to get any work done when the boys or Kev are home, because that's my family time. That's our time as a family. So that is something. God, this video is like rambling on all different subjects. I'm seriously bipolar today. But get a little bit of it at a time so it doesn't just pile up on you later. And I mean, you have to, when you have a large household or a lot of people in the house, you got to clean up a little bit at a time. And you don't need to devote a whole hour every day. Just straighten up along the way. You're a busy mom, you know how it is. And with regards to breastfeeding, everybody is going to have a different opinion, whether or not they are pro or against the subject, whether or not they are pro to limitations or against with limitations. The fact of the matter is that if we keep shooting down women for doing things like this, pretty soon things that were taught to us from our past relatives and our ancestors, all of this stuff starts falling through the cracks, and we don't have that. We just need to support each other instead of throwing each other under the bus, bashing each other for the choices we make, and just do you. There's a quote I see all over Instagram, and we heart it all the time, that basically says, girls tear women down, women hold women up. And it's true. We are supposed to be helping each other build our empire, supporting one another, not ripping us apart. We're not in high school anymore. And those of us that are in high school, we should still be having that same concept. I teach everybody I know that. Support one another. Live life to the fullest. Figure out what your priorities are and chase after them. Live life. Make every moment count. If we're too busy nitpicking on other people's shit, harassing them, trolling them, or anything like that, that is time we're taking away from ourselves and improving who we want to be as people. You can't be paying attention and yabba 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 about somebody else and then down on other people, because then you won't have time for yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Thirsty Thursday. Don't forget, if you guys are drinking this Thursday, drink responsibly, safely. Don't drink and drive. And not if you're underage. Come have a green smoothie with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Sorry it is so long, but I had a ton of things to say. I'll see you guys in my next one, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.